So lately there have been rumors swirling around, as people tend to do when there's a new system, about the Switch 2 having an optional second screen attachment that you put on the top, and it looks like a big honking DS.
It's true.
What are they using this for?
My initial thoughts are that this looks dumb.
You think it looks dumb?
This, who would ever, we're already talking about a system that's a little bit bigger than a Switch.
Yeah.
And I feel like people are at their limit with size when it comes to things like the Steam Deck. And we're like, let me just turn this into you're holding a Microsoft Surface in your hands and trying to play that.
I can't believe I'm the optimistic one. I think that this is a guaranteed buy. Are you kidding me?
Well, okay, I'll say, you know what it reminds me of is those LCD screens that you could buy and put on top of your GameCube, and the one that you could buy and put on top of your PlayStation 1.
Okay,
you remember the
okay.
little PS1 screen?
I do know what you mean, and those were pretty worthless, but the difference is this is actually portable, and those, you still have to plug into the wall.
I guess it's just, I look at this and there's already those really cool controllers where you've seen the accessory where it holds your Switch vertically.
I have.
That's all I need. I can't imagine actually needing this folding action if it even
So you're just
folds.
not excited about DS ports at all then?
This would be the worst part. This would be playing a DS port with letterboxing.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
You're gonna get it's just
because it's widescreen.
This is quadrupling down on just black borders. And since it's the Switch, it's going to be those ugly gray dots that look even worse.
Oh yeah.
Just let me turn it sideways. Eliminate that. That's such a more elegant solution. If anything, they should be talking about making an official Nintendo Switch 2 port that does that, I think.
I will say that this feels fake. This just doesn't seem like something Nintendo would do. But
yeah,
if
looking at
it
is funny. So here's the thing. I will say this. I'm hating on this pretty hard.
Yeah.
If it actually is real and comes out, though, I'm gonna buy one. I mean,
well, you have to. The thing's kind of exciting.
Yeah. It's dumb, but I'm gonna buy it. Is my stance, I guess. If
you're gonna play the new Mario Paint, it's gonna make use of the second screen.
Yeah, give me a double Joy-Con mouse game in which I'm utilizing both of these screens at the same time. I want to just be turbo gaming.
You need a use case for this to be on board. You can't just be a rumor. Oh, they're gonna bring 3DS games to the Switch 2, and that's not enough.
Yeah. So you think there's hope for a Dark Souls 3DS Switch 2 port, or? Yeah.
They're gonna downport it to the 3DS first, so they could then bring it to Switch Online for this double screen accessory.
Okay, so the render, though, did you see this part? Apparently, to use this, the Switch 2 would need to be flipped upside down.
What? Why?
To plug into the bottom specifically.
That is too weirdly specific for a rumor for my comfort, which brings me horseshoeing back around to thinking that this might be real.
Yeah, this, if this is okay, I'll say this. If this is the big thing, that they haven't revealed yet about the Switch 2, I might be in panic mode. This is not
panic
good.
Mode?
No. It's I always feel a little nervous because we're at a point with the Switch and the Switch 2 where it feels like it's going to be almost impossible for the Switch 2 to fail. From how I'm reading it right now, it seems like the Switch 2 is going to be guaranteed success. Maybe not the heights of the Switch, but
everything depends on how you define it. I
think it's waited long enough. I think it was smart of them to wait so long to release a new system, because now I feel like the Switch is so obviously long in the tooth that everyone's going to buy the Switch 2.
Yeah.
Even with it being looking almost exactly form factor silhouette wise like a Switch 1, I'm still excited because I'm just ready for it.
I don't think there's any way in hell it does as well as the Switch 1, because the Switch 1 was just such a novel concept that even people that don't know anything about games are like, oh, there's that thing that can, do both. They were kind of vaguely aware. It had that crossover appeal. The Switch 2 is not going to be like that.
I think there's a chance it actually sells more than the Switch 1.
I don't think there's any chance at all. None.
Any
Shutting it
chance
down.
at all?
No chance at all.
You see, I think that this could be like potentially a PlayStation 2 type situation.
No, I don't see it.
You can't even in your head just imagine it for a second.
Nope. Because they've lost too much ground. Like they've got this like dumb handheld PCs now that like siphons off some of the normies. So
No, I don't like once I saw the rumored power speculation that this will be a little bit stronger than a Steam Deck in handheld and almost as strong as a PS4 Pro when docked. That's like the current rumor. And since all the other leaks were correct, I'm inclined to believe this one. I feel like it's just a really good sweet spot. And I think that like it's much more attractive than a Switch because of its ability to play those kinds of games.
So out there in the world, there are gremlins, non-Nintendo hating gremlins, who are very anti-Switch. So my uncle, all he wanted to do was play Mario Kart.
Yeah.
All he wanted to do was play Mario Kart. He would come home from work every day and he'd talk to me and he's like, Jason, I'm thinking about getting a Steam Deck so I can play Mario Kart. And I'm like, no. No. Get a Switch. If you want to play Mario Kart, you get a Switch.
Yeah.
He's like, but guy at work says, I'm like, no. You don't want to mess with all that shit. You just get a Switch if you want to play Mario Kart. You don't get a Steam Deck, but like the people, like the tech nerds in his ear at work, he's an IT guy at a school.
Yeah.
So like he is around other IT guys at a school.
Well, actually, you can emulate it on the Steam Deck. Yeah, like
they're in his ear about how much better a Steam Deck is as a Switch, not understanding that Nintendo is its own strain of thing that will carry its own that. But there is a certain quotient of people that don't understand that, and I guess that's my point with the Switch too. Is like you can only have like the breakthrough innovation idea once, and then the next time it's not as impactful. It's like DS to 3DS. Like the DS was really cool, and it got all these normies on, and it was pretty successful. Like my grandma got a DS. My grandma got really into the Zelda DS games. There was no fucking universe
that's
where
so
she would
cool.
even.
She played Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks.
She couldn't beat the final bosses in either game, so I had to do it for her. Her reflexes just weren't good enough.
Dang. Those are really good games.
She got all the way to the end though, but yeah, I was the one who actually had to beat the final bosses for her.
At least she got to see the endings.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
She liked Brain Age too, but like, there was no universe where she was gonna buy a 3DS. Just like how my aunt and uncle have a Switch 1, there is no universe where they're getting a Switch 2. And
well, the thing is, this is the first Nintendo device that's come out in the past decade and a half that I would label as appropriately powered, like appropriately powerful.
We
the
might
3DS
feel
was
differently.
underpowered.
We might feel differently about that in a couple of years, but right now, I mean, again, we don't even know anything about this thing. The thing might be the same power, and the only addition is the mouse. Who knows? We don't know anything yet.
It's a significant upgrade. I mean, we have no reason to believe that the power leaks that were lumped in with all the other leaks that came true would not be true.
You're not wrong.
I guess you could just say I am bullish on Switch 2 right now. I think that this is going to do really well for Nintendo. I think
me too. I
think fans like you and I aren't going to appreciate it as much, but I think it's going to do really well.
I think the Switch 1 sets unrealistic beauty standards for Switch 2, and it's not going to live up.
Yeah. The thing is, like, I'm not a big Switch 1 fan. I don't really like the Switch that much.
What the hell are you talking about?
This is
like Animal Crossing. I played 1,000 hours, but I hate it. Nonsense. I'm not as fan of the Switch 1. There's a lot of
I love the games on Switch 1.
There's a lot of stupid nonsense about Switch 1. I know. The UI is bland and stupid. The eShop doesn't work. Like, there's a lot of like rough edges about the Switch.
Yeah.
But to say that you don't like it, I think that's silly.
Well, I'm separating it out in this conversation as if I'm talking about the hardware itself only.
Yeah. Not a lot of personality.
Well, that's even an OS conversation. So I'm not even thinking the software of the device. I'm thinking just the hardware. From its announcement, I didn't really like the look of it. I didn't like the way that the screen looked. I didn't like the bezels. It didn't look very elegant. I didn't like the way that the Joy-Cons slid in plastic to plastic. I didn't like the way that it fit into the dock and there was no protection on the dock, not even a little rubber to protect the screen. So people were scratching their plastic screens. We didn't even get a glass screen.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, the OS that never really got a visual update.
Well, these are all things that it looks like they have addressed with the Switch 2, so it is going to be an improvement.
Yeah. Well, we don't know what the OS looks like. It could be like,
it might
the
be the
past
same.
few Nintendo exclusive
worried.
games have had some clunky UI. Being
I'm
Tears of the
worried it's
Kingdom, Echoes of Wisdom, it's been bad.
I'm worried it's going to not even change. I'm worried that we're in the future where they don't change the UI. Like, the Xbox set the trend. Just
No way.
exact
No.
same.
They
think it'll be different?
they literally have to. It was so bad.
Yes, but it worked. It was functional.
It worked and it was functional, and I appreciated that it was games focused, but I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. And also customization. I want more from Switch 2 for customization. Like the custom switches that they had, only doing the Joy-Con really, and then only venturing into like doing a little detail on the back for like the Tears of the Kingdom OLED. They were just way too conservative with the custom consoles, whereas 3DS, they had so many amazing ones.
Well, the more successful Nintendo is, the more conservative Nintendo most often, because the Wii was pretty boring too.
The Wii, I would not classify Wii as conservative Nintendo. They went off the rails with the Wii.
Well, I mean, in terms of like having different like versions of the console, like it. You
You're
just basically
talking
have the
about custom.
regular Wii.
Yeah, because that's what I was just talking about. I see.
Yeah. They had like the weird like
Yeah.
red Wii Mini thing going on, but like that was after anybody cared, and it was just worse in every way. So like, who cares?
Well, the DS had a lot of cool custom DSs.
Oh yeah.
A lot of just basic default options, and the 3DS had great ones too. The N64 had a bunch of awesome ones towards the end.
Yeah.
I always wanted the smoke gray one and the jungle green.
Jungle Green's iconic.
Yeah, and but like I think N60 Game Boy was kind of the first one that started doing things with the Game Boy Color, because there wasn't really what was the first console that had like special different versions? You have like the AV NES.
I mean, if you want to go back, the Atari has a shitload of different versions.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm thinking Nintendo only, but yeah.
Oh, okay.